Welcome, my name is SONY Xperia L4 and today I'll go over unboxing along with a brief overview of the device. So this is the box that it comes in. As you can see, some specifications and Greek for some reason on the back. You can see right here. So yeah, let's get it open. Now nothing on top here, just a cardboard box. That's the side, and we'll get the phone itself. Now it's already set up, so we'll go to it soon after. Some warranty or whatever that is. It's not like anybody cares. Then in here, more paperwork. Charging cable, Type A to Type C, just a typical thing. Then you got the charging brick. Now it looks super low power, so I wouldn't expect much, but let's quickly look at it. So this is, what is it? It's like 10 watts. This is the lowest fast charging brick apparently. Then we get earbuds with a normal jack, as you can see. No Type C, and don't know if the phone has any kind of headphone jack. We'll see that in a second once I grab all the cut down trees right here that no one really cares about. There we go. So okay, so it does have a headphone jack for the headphones if you're interested in that. Now when it comes down to the phone itself, disregard the language right now. The phone screen is a 6.7 inch display, but it's super low resolution. It's just a 720p, so exactly it's 720 by 1680 with a 295 pixel per inch and a 79.5% screen to body ratio. So it's not blowing anything out there. It's actually one of the lower resolutions that I can probably get. The only, I guess, upside of it is a 21:9 aspect ratio, so it's like it's more resembling a remote control in your hand than a phone, I would say, because it's so like thin yet long. Now personally, I kind of like the aspect ratio of it, but I already know that majority of the people will not. Apart from that, it comes with a main sensor, 30 megapixel camera that shoots at 1080p, 2 GB RAM, MediaTek 6762 processor, and a 3580 milliamp battery. Going back to the cameras itself, flip it over, you can see that there are 3 sensors right here. So like I said before, the main one is a 30 megapixel wide sensor, then you have a 5 megapixel ultra wide, and then 2 megapixel depth sensor. And also, like I said, it only shoots at 1080p, and that is limited to 30 frames. And at the front you have an 8 megapixel wide sensor, so this little teardrop notch right here has the 8 megapixel sensor. If I can only change it to light, that would be nice. And also it shoots at 1080p 30 frames, so basically as good as the triple camera setup at the back. And the device itself comes with a 64 gigabyte built-in memory and 3 gigabytes of RAM, but the storage itself is expandable via an SD card, and you have either a choice for 2 different SIM cards or 1 SIM card and 1 SD card. So you'll have to choose which one is more important to you if you're a person that uses 2 different SIM cards at once. So yeah, basically the tray for the SD doubles as a SIM. And like I said, it has a fast charging, yet it is super low fast charging. And apart from that, you have the typical Sony skin on it, almost as stock as it can get for Android. Not much in here, just a couple Sony apps that are preloaded in here, like the PS app that come preloaded in every device that they have. And something that I think it's new is this side panel right here that you just double tap on it, and it brings you a couple of shortcuts, toggles, and apps that you can add, and you can also edit this if you want. Also allows you to split screen from it, and just lock it. So that's basically all you get in terms of specifications. Nothing really super high-end, I would say, which, if I remember correctly, the price is, I think, a little bit too much, but I would need to exactly check it. Let me put it this way: if the price is higher than 300, even no, let's put it to 200. Anything above 200, I wouldn't really call this worth of a device. I literally just did a Realme 6, I think, which was either close to this or better device, and it had a lot of features that I would consider more attractive options for me in a phone than in a here. So, and that device was around $220. So if this is anywhere higher than 250, it's not worth it. But that's my personal opinion. So apart from that, we're gonna go now over the appearance of the device. So in front you have basically nothing apart from the seamless display. It has minimal bezels, as you can see. Now if I can change the wallpaper, you'll be able to see this better. So there we go. So you can see not much bezels in here. And the brightness is the max brightness, so it doesn't get really bright, I would say. And then you have a fingerprint sensor on the side, this thing right here, that's the sensor. Then you have the power key right here. Shame that the fingerprint sensor isn't a power key. That just seems like a misstep there. Could have been just a double. Other devices managed to do it, so I don't really see a reason why this one isn't the same. And then you have the volume rockers. Then on the left side you only got the SIM tray. Now I have to say one thing: the SIM tray is god awful. Getting it out is just a massive pain. So right now it came out easily, but as a new device you'll need something to pry it out, because it will be kind of in there and it won't be coming out easily. And I would advise not to use your fingernails as long as you have like some super tough ones. And then at the bottom, let me just get that out of the way. So at the bottom you have the charging port, Type-C, speaker grills I believe, mixed with the microphone. And at the top we have another microphone along with the headphone jack. And here on the back, just Xperia marking right here on the plastic cover case. Or case, just body, I guess. So that's basically the body of the device, and it's made out of plastic. Sony marking, NFC, triple camera. Now one thing that I will point out that I like here is the fact that the cameras are in the case, so they don't protrude in any way. They're just flush with the phone. So when you place it on the ground, it won't be wobbling anywhere, which cannot be said for a majority of the devices nowadays. So that's kind of a plus, but the cameras aren't necessarily the greatest. Still though, like the fact that they don't make the phone wobble. And yeah, that's basically all you get with this device. And oh, right, it's restarting because I took out the SIM tray. And for some reason the phone needs to restart every time you do that. So this would conclude the overview of the phone. Now personally I'm not a fan of it. I would probably go for the higher tier, which will offer more in terms of performance and just features than this. This seems like a real budget device that offers almost nothing. And yeah, so that's basically my opinion on it. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.